Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with Darth Mod. We're playing as Poland, Lithuania, and as for last turn we managed to destroy two pretty good size armies over in Russia, securing the Moscow region, allowing us to advance on all the four remaining settlements that Russia controls. As I ended turn, the Austrians have made an attempt to go ahead and relieve the siege of Vienna. It's really their last army, last sizable army that is, what should we say, free, as the rest of them are bottled up, locked in their castles. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and destroy the remainder of Austria's force, which will open it up for us to completely savage them within a turn or two. So yeah, onwards to battle. Right, and here is the battlefield. We're kind of fighting through a valley where a forest is located in between us. A bit unusual. I'm not going to deploy my artillery or the 24 pounders anyways. They're going to be rolled up here, and we're going to station some kind of defense around this warehouse. The first army that we're going to encounter, I'm going to try to grind that one down completely with my heavy cavalry. Just get rid of them. Otherwise we've got the Grenadier Guards stationed in front, howitzers in back, line infantry on the side with one extra back here, so there's got 4 here. Similar on this side, we got 4, so 1 there and then 3 here, 2 light infantry, general over here. Let's go ahead and start. So we'll start off by having all the heavy cavalry start to advance towards the enemy. We're going to set up a defensive position up here somewhere. The line infantry will set spikes, and then we'll figure out where to deploy the cannons. And we're also going to place one of the infantry units inside the that building. We're going to place this guy on an angle to protect the flank from cavalry attack. It's not going to be needed over on this side. I think we'll have spikes going along here with the smaller unit, and then the bigger unit will draw spikes along here somewhere. Looks like the enemy reinforcement is going to come out there, so what we'll do is we'll have 2 of the batteries stationed on this very nice ridge, be able to deliver shot into their flank. We'll have this one a little bit closer, kind of to defend. I think we'll actually have it right here, stationed with canister, and I think we'll have you a little bit more to the center. Our cavalry is advancing. I'm going to tell them to hold fire and switch to sword, everyone. I'm going to keep this slow pace advance to start off with, just to keep the horses fresh. They have deployed spikes, so that's nasty. I guess I could stop just in front of the spikes and fire the pistols. Have they deployed more spikes? No, it doesn't seem that way. My howitzers are destroying the enemy defenders, and we've already sent their battery away. A large amount of enemy troops. Right. 2 units, they're going to be stationed here. That one is going to go into the building. You're already ready. And spikes. And before the enemy starts to fire, I'll order the cavalry to charge. Go for the line infantry. Go for the Swiss Grenadiers. Head for the line infantry. And swipe them all away. Probably should have told my howitzers to hold fire. But it was more effectful as it shocked the enemy completely into submission. Let's focus in on that regiment of foot. And then once we're done here, we'll pull back towards our lines. The spikes have been deployed. You will be deployed in line. Up here. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you going that way? Right, the house is beset. These guys are going to put down their spikes. We're going to have one regiment roughly there, and then we're going to have the two cannons over there, and then you can be stationed something like that. Or I might move this one, or this one actually, to deploy closer to this one. Looks like we're done. The cavalry have done their part. So they'll pull back through here, and then go to the side, head up the mountainside, and wait for the next time we'll need that cavalry charge. Right, the spikes have been deployed. Very nice. What we can do is actually have the light infantry deployed behind the spikes, and then put this regiment over here to aid there. Will be nice. Right. I want you to head to that forest. Station there until further notice. Those hussars are following after the small unit of Trabant cavalry. I guess we'll stand and fight. Pretty sure the Trabant cavalry would be able to defeat the hussars. As soon as we turned to face them, they retreated. Once I get my 24 pounders, get them pounding, we'll see some difference on the enemy front line. Got those howitzer shots flying in towards the enemy. Mostly right now missing. It was actually a more it was a better army than I thought that the enemy brought. I thought there were a lot of more broken up units, but this looks like a lot of fully replenished units actually. So I guess they did manage to replenish all their units beforehand. They're gonna run straight into... I wonder if, given how strong the actual attack is, I wonder if I haven't made my front line a little bit too thin, especially in the center, given how much heavy cavalry the enemy has deployed. I guess we'll kind of deploy in a line to face this one. That small cavalry unit, wherever it went, will move to the back. Provincial cavalry completely kind of broken up by just the amount of troops of enemy cavalry they realized they were coming up against. Right, the enemy was sent away over there. Deploy in a line and prepare to defend. I wonder if any unit will even come in within cannon range of this. We'll switch to shrapnel. Time for these to deploy, and they will fire shrapnel from this range. We'll just move these guys a little bit back. Wonder how much use these troops will actually get over on the flank. firing volleys. I mean, it's kinda the perfect angle to fire bounce shots into the side of these. Okay, we've got one cavalry unit and struck and is fighting with our troops over here. And then we have bastards setting up, attacking pretty well up there. It's just that I have more men. I'm gonna ride this one forward. It's gonna fire his pistol in the back of this unit, and in so doing help out those infantry units and send the enemy away. Front line is going pretty well. My Grenadier Guards are holding the line against the onslaught of enemy. We've got militia. And what else do we have? Royal Hungarians. Royal Hungarians in a bad spot. They've already lost 250 men. Not entirely sure what the howitzers are firing at. Pistol shot seems to have done the trick. And that Horse Guard Cuirassier unit is breaking apart. We're going to stop this Hussar unit from reaching. Oh, this unit's actually that unit of Cuirassier really didn't. Oh, they didn't have that many to start off with. They only were 96. I didn't realize I'd deployed such a weak unit over there. If you can actually go into the Hussar, hold them in place, so this unit can pull back towards here and then fire upon the enemy, that would be nice. Pile on to that Cuirassier unit up there, and then maybe you can charge the expatriate infantry. And we'll move the smaller unit later on. Shrapnel shot bouncing towards the militia, destroying them. Loads of enemy troops lie dead here. We've got enemy cannons firing towards this house. So we might want to switch to round shot just to tear up the enemy cannons. So even though it was a strong attack, it looks like it's more or less over at this point. And now it's just about riding down the remnants. There's one cavalry unit, Freikorps Cavalry, or Freikorps Cavalry. And then there's those cannons up here that we need to deal with. There's a lot of spikes that they have placed there, so I guess once the cavalry is done... Why is it taking so long to get rid of this household unit up here? I guess it's a very elite unit, but also the fact that our troops... Well, this unit's tired. My unit is tired. It was winded before. I'll just move these guys away, open up for other units to fire upon it. Maybe we can get the howitzers to hit them. Ooh, this one suffered quite a lot. Only 135 left, so that's over 100 men lost out of 250. Just sending every cavalry unit over to kill that one. It's a nice cannon position. It's actually, they're targeting, firing back. Oh, there's more units coming out of to reinforce the enemy. Guess it's time to advance. We're gonna have these 3 grenadiers advance. We're gonna have this line infantry advance. This one will stay, this one will stay, this one will stay, this one will go. cavalry get rid of that one. And the howitzers will target the expatriate infantry. Blow that away. I think you will also advance. Thing is, the building is split up into 4 sections. So even if these two will remain, so the unit's no risk of getting completely destroyed. Maybe not have garrisoned all those troops on this side though, that's a mistake. How's our cannons doing? The enemy has bunched all their cannons together, so it wouldn't be that hard to hit this mess and destroy it. And also, as the enemy is marching out here, we'll hit a lot of their troops. They're actually sending someone to deal with a hill at this point. What are my howitzers doing? They don't... I have so many of them. And it's those really big ones. But they still have a damn problem with this little small unit. Which I can't really think of why. Right. Let's organize remainder of the cavalry up here. And then it can sweep down without the risk of running into all the spikes and stuff. And then our line infantry. Oh. Halt. Provincial cavalry. Hopefully you will be able to volley them. If you can actually shoot at them, we would be done with them a lot quicker. Come on. Yes! No! Only those few shots, though, were kind of enough. It seems. There we go. Right, I guess we need to organize this a little bit better. The 2 lines will bow out in the open over there. 3 grenadiers will be at the edge of the forest. This line infantry over here will be stationed in this forest. Cavalry is going where they're supposed to go. Howitzers need to hold fire. Kinda hitting our own cavalry over there. Find new targets from the enemies down here. Let's take a look. I think we have sent away most of the enemy's cannon at this point. 1 single cannon remains. Once that's killed off, we can switch to shrapnel. I think we actually need to fire shrapnel already. No, shrapnel does not reach the front lines. Keep firing round shot then. Okay, this unit is in a bit of a pickle. Too many enemy units are coming towards it. Form square. It's being attacked by hussars and Grensers. It has formed square, but it's getting absolutely piled on by all, almost, of the enemy's army. It seems that the howitzers like that as a target and are putting down tons of fire. The rest of the enemy army is closing in on the Grenadier Guards, taking massive amounts of fire as they go. Really would need those howitzers to fire against this infantry. Oh, there's still an artillery piece over there, so they had a bit more. Ooh, nice! Shrapnel shot coming bouncing in on the enemy. All they can see is the smoke coming out of the forest. And they haven't gained enough ground, so I think soon we'll see those howitzer shots come in, blowing the entire place to pieces. There's a few shots coming in. The enemy's getting a bit too close. There's a risk of the... Oh, you know what? I didn't order the howitzers to fire there. I ordered the cannons, I think. All the howitzers will fire over here, as not to try and blow up. Try and blow up our own men. That cannon will fire over there. And then these two will counter fire towards the guys on the hill. Damn! I didn't realize this line had been cut down that heavily. Lost half its man against the dragoons and guerrilla mercenaries, and what else is on the other side of the field. But we are certainly... the unit over here. No, it still remains. Right, let's save it then. I want all the cavalry to come down the hill and save this unit. 78 men left. Formed into square. Ready to stand. Is that cavalry unit within range of... it's just within range for me to fire shrapnel on it. I think you will actually switch to round shot at this point. Let's see. Right at time, the cavalry comes in, kind of rides down the square. Which is wavering. It's much of a surprise that it's wavering, that it's lost so many men. But cavalry charge seemed to have been enough to save it. It's kind of fitting as well as the music stops at the same time. Let's have these guys retreat behind our lines. Very few enemy units remain. We've got warband. I don't... Oh, you're out of shot. And charge them. Guess we will pull back over here. Hopefully exposing the grenadiers to more withering cannon fire. Withering cannon fire. What's left? It's those cannons up on the hill. Let's have the cavalry go for those. Grenadiers, there's no more point for you to advance. Most of the grenadier units are out of shot at this point. Got a little bit of an enemy group over here. They will be dealt with all those shrapnel shots coming down from up here. Bouncing in to the horse guards. Actually switch to round shot. Oh, they don't even have a cannon left. And the other unit doesn't even have a cannon unit. Cannon unit. Doesn't even have a... Oh, I need to hold the fire from these cannons. As the cavalry will ride this one down. And that will be the end of the battle. Destroy them! Send them off the field. And the only really... kind of the last chance of the Austrians to kind of relieve the siege is gone. They fight on, and just as I say that, they retreat. And we are victorious. Victory has been achieved on the battlefield. So, as this has already... I think we can probably watch through the end. So we'll see how the map changes out. And obviously, I was about to forget that I need to show you guys the statistics as well. And here we have the statistics. So we deployed 9,000 men. I believe that though includes the reinforcement army that actually never turned up. And the enemy deployed 6,800 men, which we killed 5,000, leaving only 1,100 left. While we have we lost 1,700, leaving 7,000 of us left. Highest kills goes to Guard Grenadiers. Lost 131 men, killed 500. So Grenadier Guards did a lot. The Royal Polish Cuirassiers did a lot. And one of the artillery pieces did a lot, killing 304 soldiers. And that stopped the enemy's advance to try and relieve Vienna. As it is the enemy turn, we'll let them run through, and I'll catch you after the end turn is done, and we'll go over maneuvers and stuff. Right, there is the end of the turn. The enemy has raided Olmütz. So this little crap force. Election results. Path blocked. Why were you blocked? This is oh yeah, I saw there was a Russian army moving over here, but I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Path blocked. Path blocked. Successful missions, not interesting. Letter of demand from Muscovy. But that subsided. Recruitment report. Construction. Enemy raids. Nation destroyed. The Cherokee nation was destroyed. Who destroyed that then? Not that we care right now, actually. Right, so let's take a look at our situation right now. So, the remnants of that army retreated into the city of Munich. We're laying siege over here, should be fine. I wonder if I should push on then. Then lay siege to this. We don't reach that one, so we might as well. They refuse. I'll outrust Seoul. We lose 1,600 men. But we take Bavaria. So before we had cut them in half during battle. Now we cut them in half by actually taking that territory. Technically, the provinces are drawn a little bit strange in this, in which the Austrian region goes all the way, also being all the way up here through the mountains. In Napoleon, this is its own region, but I guess we haven't really cut them off. They could still be going through here, but they won't, of course. This army, which took part of the battle, it's so broken down, so we'll let the Marines go through and get rid of these. And we'll lose about 2,000 men, but we destroy the remnants of that. We can continue marching through here then, to try and siege the last of that. This one's 2 turn left. I wonder if they even will try to break out. The National Lancers can take out this one, so he doesn't cause any more problem. And stop raiding towns and stuff. So that means the Austrians, the only free force they have is this one right here. So the Austrians are truly done for, but I think we already knew that quite a while ago. We'll continue the march over there, I thought I would recruit a navy and send that over to quickly kind of move them through, but they've been moving through this area quite easy, so there's no problem there. We'll be able to strike though within 2 turns. This army will replenish once more, and they will be able to strike within 1 extra turn there. And there was no one to stand against them. We have a little bit of a force here, which I imagine is the force that came from down over here. I'm gonna have some extra troops to defend Moscow proper, and we can have the rifles coming down through there. So that will be fine. So I'm gonna bypass these guys. We're gonna go straight for this one and straight towards here. We're gonna blitzkrieg our way through the remaining parts of Russia. I'm not gonna stop to wait for the Russians to just recuperate and attack again. And then we're gonna move across the big open steppes of Russia. Attack will be there within 3 turns. Might have the spy go first to check out what's going on. Moscow might need some extra troops just in case this army and this army combines to actually take it on. But it's got a huge fort. It's probably got a huge garrison. So I'm not that concerned. So we're really looking at the end of the campaign here. Ending these probably next turn. Completely unnecessary building that. In terms of prestige, I mean, the only victory region I need right now is Austria, and then I technically win the campaign. I needed to take 25 regions. I have taken 37. And in terms of prestige, we're finally on top. Which, I don't know how this works. That we only get 2,000 points for the military. We get 5,000 for the navy. We get 500 for economics. And we get 800 for enlightenment. And we are, by far, the most enlightened nation. I'm miles ahead of everyone. And I didn't see how the Ottoman Empire has got more military points. So I don't know how they calculate this. And why I have so much naval power. I guess you don't actually get it from what you do in battle. It's more of buildings you have. And the units you have recruited. Yes. But with that said, we're gonna end this video right here. And so next time, we'll hopefully just out-resolve away all of this. And probably you know what? Next one will probably be the last one. There's nothing really that can turn it around. Maybe if there's a battle here. But otherwise, I'll kind of set it up so that the next video will be the last video. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!